Hello and welcome to SEGA News Bits. I'm your host George. Today I'm doing a solo News Bits. If you like these News Bits, think about supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/SegaBits. But let's get right into the news. According to the Polish developer Forever Entertainment, they are actually not just working on the Panzer Dragoon remakes that we heard about, but they're also supposedly working on a House of the Dead 1 and 2 remake. They haven't announced the consoles, but considering that Panzer Dragoon is basically, so far, a Switch exclusive, they've said that it might come out of other consoles, we don't know. They've just been focusing on the Switch release. I'm gonna assume that it might just be that. I guess Sega's going really heavy on these remakes. I kind of wish Sega would be doing this one too, because I feel like the House of the Dead is a pretty big franchise for them. I mean, it kind of revived light gun shooters on the Wii. I would not be shocked if they do show this off on the Switch. And the biggest deal about this is that we're getting a port of House of the Dead 1. The last time we saw House of the Dead 1 was way back in 1998 on the Sega Saturn and on Windows. House of the Dead 1 isn't really, I guess, ported that much. And this isn't going to be a port. I'm assuming it's going to be a ground up remake, or I guess we could say a revision of the gameplay. As far as the developer, Forever Entertainment, they're only going to be overseeing this. They got another developer, but how is Panzer Dragoon faring with fans? Well, I got a couple of tweets here that we could read, that we could check out. This one's from a Japanese Panzer Dragoon user. He basically wasn't very positive about it. He said the worst aspect of the Panzer Dragoon remake isn't even that it's unfaithful to the OG original. The core shooting sucks and nothing changes. It'll be a shoe-in for Kusagi, which is like a bad game of 2019. I hope they fix it, and I'm shocked that they thought this was worth showing. I'm jealous of Metal Wolf, which is another game. And then he said that it runs worse than the Saturn original. It has absurd input lag, and graphics aren't universally bad, but they barely match the Panzer Dragoon aesthetic. You know, it is a reimagining, so the aesthetic sure isn't the same. And I know when you grow up with a game like Panzer Dragoon, it's hard to accept that maybe they'll change the graphics. But I do want to say that Panzer Dragoon World, an English website, said that everything that he said was wrong and that he played the demo. So mixed opinions, I guess. I haven't played it. I can't tell you what I liked or didn't like. A lot of people have been telling me, how can you screw up House of the Dead 1 and 2, right? There's a lot of ways you could screw the game up. Taking away the gore, screwing up the zombie models, taking away the beautiful voice acting, screwing up the storyline. And not that it has that much of a storyline. It's more about shooting. But I could see this being on the Nintendo Switch. I could see this hopefully coming out to PlayStation 4. And I hope if it does well enough, we get ports, I guess, of 3 and 4. But I really want to see Scarlet Dawn, the new game that really hasn't... It's only been an arcade that came out in 2018. I would love to see this on console. And I think it's a big letdown that these games aren't going to be on VR probably. I mean, I think there's a lot of potential for these games to be on VR. It's weird that Sega's releasing Space Channel 5 VR, but not these. Because, you know, I think light gun games really kind of lend themselves to the VR aspect of gameplay. But outside of that, we don't really know much about these games. We just know that they just got announced in an interview in Polish. They haven't really given us details. They haven't had a real announcement. This actually happened with Panzer Dragoon as well. They just announced it in an interview. We did a SEGA News Bits with not that much info. Then it finally got shown off and everybody on YouTube went crazy. All the influencers went crazy. So we're most likely going to have to wait for a trailer. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about House of the Dead 1 and 2 getting a potential remake or re-release. What consoles do you guys want to see it on? What do you guys want to see in it? Do you guys want to see some mini games or something like they used to do in those AM2 games? Let me know in the comments below. And what do you think about Forever Entertainment handling this one too? And what do you think about the Panzer Dragoon remake?